Yeah, you say about here will come close.
Asante.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Hello, good morning, everyone. Can we hear me clearly, please? If you can please hear me, can we just say yes? Good morning, can we hear me? Good morning once again. All right, so we can hear me then. Okay, good morning once again. So, what we need to now look at opportunities on the market for today. We're going to start first off from fundamentals. Let's go to fundamentals to check opportunities on the market, and then we can now look out for both long-term and short-term moves in the market to capitalize on, right? So I'll first go to Forex Factory, go and check what we have for this week, our events for this week. Go over to forexfactory.com. On forexfactory.com, our speculation for today, there are no news. We don't have any high impact pre-planned news that we're expecting for today. The news that we have that are pre-planned on Forex Factory starts from tomorrow. But for today, we have no pre-planned news. All right. So to a very much large extent, we're going to be physically working with technical analysis. So we'll be looking for reasons to either buy or sell on the chart. Looking for reasons to either buy or sell. Right. So I'm going to open my platform and check for okay. So like I usually say, it is better to have a plan before you go to the chart. You don't get on the chart and then you begin to look for what's not planned for. So if you're going to buy, there must be a plan you have already before you take a buy. And if you're going to sell, there must be a sell before you go on the chart. For example, let's assume that one of the things that you know how to do is majorly buy at support. What I mean that price returning back to where it has changed direction, from convincingly before, and price is now returning back to that area, like something like this now. An example, price is now returning back there. If it is an area like this that you intend to enter and buy from, if this is the strategy that works best for you, that is what you will now use to filter the market so as to look for opportunities in that. So I have basically like 4 ways or 4 reasons for me to enter a buy. I also have 4 reasons for me to enter a sell. And 4 reasons to enter a buy. The first one is a buy when price gets to support level or down support level. Second reason, a buy in an uptrend after it pulled back up to. Third reason is that I buy after the break after meetings. And fourth reason is buy when it's good. So these are basically 4 reasons why I buy. If I get all of the reasons to sell, I sell at horizontal resistance. I sell in the downtrend after it pull back. I sell after the breakout of meetings spot level, or I sell after the bad. So these are simply the basic reasons why I will buy and sell at any point time in the day. So I'm presently on the chart of British pounds USD. Pounds USD. So have we find any trend of British pounds USD? Yes, we can find a trend. The market was previously in downtrend, and right now it has not created a new high. So we are seeing a form of horizontal consolidation. We're seeing a form of horizontal consolidation. What do I mean? This here is a high that the price hasn't gone above. Looking at the chart of British pounds USD 81. So this is the chart of British pounds USD 81. British pounds USD hasn't gone above this high, then this is the next low. So because it's still moving within a range, we say this market is currently consolidating. Pounds USD on the H1 time frame, and seeing a consolidating market. So what are now the plans for me to buy or sell? So, whatever direction I want that. First off is when we see a wide consolidation like this, it is always better to sell at the top. It's always better to sell from the resistance area. To sell here, sell here, sell at the top here, sell area here. Or we buy from the bottom, buy from the support level. So buy area will also be here, buy area will be here. Yeah. Then at the same time, outside of the consolidation, so let me put the concluding part of these parameters. SL for the sell will be up here. So for the SL here. Then the SL for the buy will be down here. So here. And then the TP or any of them, either the buy or the sell, when it's a wide range consolidation, to a large extent, 50% of the consolidation is the most likely place for you to put your TP in order to get the high win rate trade. Right? So my TP is going to be, this is the plan every time I see a wide range consolidation. Still fitting in within the four corners, the four pillars, or four criteria that I use in trading all the time. Whenever there's a wide range consolidation, it's a simple plan. However, what if there's a breakout? Very easily. If there's going to be a breakout, then it means if price breaks out of this resistance like this, if price goes above like this, immediately it breaks out, I don't intend to enter a buy immediately. What I will wait for is in form of pullback or retest. Then that will now become a buy area. This will be SL down. So the delay here that would be plan if there is breakout. Meaning that if I sell this area and the trade happens to go against me, my re-entry plan is this plan for a buy is breakout. The breakout and the retest at resistance, the re-entry criteria, anytime you set that resistance, the trade goes to your SL. For the support, the reverse is the case. You buy at support and price goes down and breaks the support. Your re-entry module is as simple as you break and retest below. Break and retest below in your re-entry module for you to then go on the sell and sell below the broken. That is when price would have changed support to resist. I believe that we stand that. So currently looking at the current market, going for a sell, because price is simply consolidating and it is at resistance. So doing a short term sell. But if I want to stick with the previous trend, which is majorly an uptrend, before all of this consolidation, be waiting for a breakout for me to now. That one is correct. I follow the sell first and it fails, I simply go ahead and follow the buy. I can decide to follow only the buy setup and ignore the sell, or follow only the sell setup, no buy. Right? So let me go back to another pair. If I go back to Euro USD, let me show us one that is very valuable at the moment that you to take positions on. So that chart is part of Euro AUD, Euro AUD, short term top-down analysis on it. So Euro AUD going in a fantastic uptrend. So the past few days, yes, there has been. This is our higher low, and up to create a new higher high. Then this higher high, presently on the daily time frame of UAE, back now to create a new higher low, right? So this will is new higher low, the end of the higher low for the continuation of the up. So we can clearly see that price is not taking out the previous higher low, meaning showing signs of the continuation of the uptrend, showing stronger signs of the continuation. So if I scale down to the lower time frame, like the H1, scale down to the H1, you then see that all of the pullback of the daily time frame, this downtrend, price has now breaking the rule that guides the downtrend, which is in a downtrend, price is not supposed to go above the last lower high. The lower high is the most important part of the downtrend. As long as price is creating lower high, price is most likely to continue in that down. So we can see currently now that price has there's something called change of character. That's what has simply happened here. Price has gone above the last lower. So our buy, the buy for the daily time frame, the buy for the daily time frame here, yes, has shown sign of continuation of stronger continuation. And our entry time frame now, what we need to remember, we said that anytime price is moving in an uptrend and you see a higher high, the more the merrier. Your account has enough volume. You can just go ahead and go in for a buy here. Go in for a buy this area here for the moment. Go in for a buy here. And just put your stops here. See the swing or long-term trade setup for many of us. And this will be our target. So that's long-term setup, long-term buy SLB. This has the potential to move up to 220 pips, 220 pips. It's good volume. Let's say a mini lot size, something around $200. Naira should be equivalent like 4 to 500,000 of this trade. That is if you have a good volume. Now, most of us smaller account size, but still want to capitalize on this move, you have to be a little bit clueless about our entry. What do I mean? Let's take out all of this. It means that, of course, those of us who understand trend This is the span spread line and price at everything above it. So those of us who want to be a little bit more conservative with our entry, all that you just need to remember, if price is moving in an uptrend, you need to pull back to then enter a buy. So any form of pullback Euro AUD that are signed to joining in the buy. Any point in time, go ahead and begin to scale in on our buy position. Then our SL simply be below the previous higher low. See it? And TP can be as high as 1:1. So STP can be there. So it's as high as the top of the. But basically, what we're just pointing out, what we're making us to see the uptrend of the Euro AUD daily time frame has resumed based on all of these criteria. So whatever this pair is doing, Euro AUD, we are certain to a large extent that is what British pounds AUD should also be doing since they move in same direction most of the time. All right. So you see British pounds AUD as well. If I scale up to the higher time frame, this would be the uptrend. This is the last lower high. See the price has broken. The sign of a pullback. So for today, we're already seeing strength of the bullish market. So the downtrend here was the last higher low, lower high, where the price was above. So what level? See the support level. Break already. The pullback and then the scaling back. Right? Any form of pullback here for this pounds AUD, we are good to go. Right. So now let's go back to our the time frame I'm basically using for my entry is the 1 hour time frame. It's the 1 hour time frame. The 1 hour time frame. So let's go back to other currencies and then we do commodities. Indices, nothing you request for some of us. So on Euro USD, like I said, British pounds USD, Euro USD, same manner most of the time. Anything Euro GBP be moved the same way. So Euro AUD GBP AUD should be the same. Euro JPY British pound JPY should also be the same. So basically now on Euro USD, same analysis we have on British pounds USD is also what we have on Euro USD. So Euro USD presently wide range consolidation. That is the short-term analysis for Euro USD, wide range consolidation. Because this high price has not been able to go above it. Let me mark it with trend line. Yeah. So this high price has been unable to go above this level. Then this will now be our support. See, so it has been dancing around this level for a while now. Yeah. So the same plan that we had for British pounds USD is also what we can apply to Euro USD. Just that same exact plan. You trade what you see, not what you feel. Price is at resistance right now. I can choose to go for a sell immediately and then put as my stop above below. If I'm not comfortable with the sell, I'll just wait for a break and a retest of the resistance, and then I go in for a buy. So it is the same type of analysis we have for the British pounds USD that we can apply to the Euro USD. All right. So let me touch on two more currencies and then we'll move on. Okay. Let me touch on USD JPY. USD JPY. All right. So This is largely being moved by the index for Japanese yen and USD. Now, it has been consolidating for many days from the higher time frame. This is the daily time frame. This is what we call close range consolidation or tight consolidation. So USD JPY daily time frame has been consolidating for from like the here. This will be from the 4th of August down to the end of August. So we can say for the major part of August, USD JPY consolidate. For the major part of August, USD JPY. So we're in a consolidating market, higher time frame. And it's simple. Remember, just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Whenever any market is consolidating, mark the high and the low. Mark the high and the low. So you might find several levels of high or low. It's okay. Just mark the high and the low. And then trade only from those levels. Buy at the low, sell at the high. Once you see a consolidating market, that is the most, what's it called? The most comfortable way to trade it. So I can see a high here, and I can also see a low here. And there's another high here. I scale down to my entry time frame. I'll be buying only from this low and selling from this high. That's what I'll do for USD JPY. Pending the time it will break out of the consolidation and then give me a clear move, a clear directional move. But currently, right now, because it is consolidating within this range, I'm only going to sell from the high and also buy from the low. Sell from the high and buy from the low. Then when there is a breakout from the consolidation, I simply need to wait for a retest. Then I follow the new direction. That's the plan for USD JPY. That should be the plan for USD JPY. All right. So let's move on. So I'm going to talk on another currency chart. Again, let's move away from and then go to the JPY pair. So JPY pair, we can see the same logic. I'm presently on British pounds JPY H1 time frame. This is also the high and the low. I'm sure that we've marked this since last week when I took the last MMR. Yeah, you see, it came down to that exact low. And once there is a wide range consolidation like this, don't attempt more of the time to trade from the middle. Yes, you can't tell where the direction will be as at that time. You simply need to mark the high and the low and then trade from the high, sell from the high, or buy from the low. Keep it as simple as that. When there's a breakout, wait for a retest and follow the new direction. The Euro JPY, GBP JPY, same market structure. Same market structure. If price is at resistance and you're not comfortable with the selling, you still want to buy, simply wait for the break of that resistance, break and retest of the resistance, and you're good to go. We're good to go. All right. So Euro JPY, GBP JPY, same thing. So let me touch on gold. Let me touch on gold. All right. So see, these are some of the workings and plans of that of last week. So as of last week, this was the resistance where we said we're going to sell from. And then price went above that resistance. See, because it went above the resistance, we just need to wait for it to come back and retest that area, and then we start to buy. So last week analysis, we need to go with it and focus on what we can see currently. So what we can see currently, there are long-term buy opportunities on gold and then short-term sell opportunities on gold. So the H1, because gold is a more volatile instrument, you can choose to see short-term opportunity and long-term opportunity. What is the short-term opportunity on gold? Sell. People that scalp or day trade, it is sell. We can't pick it on H1. We shouldn't do that. We can go to charts like the 5 minutes time frame. Here is where we can quickly do an easy scalp for day trade, or I scale down to a much lower time frame, like the 1 minute time frame, for example. On the 1 minute time frame, if I sell now, I'll simply put my SL here. Since it's just a simple scalp, SL will be identify here, this lower high here, see it, and then I TP a quick one ratio through. As simple as that. Once my trade is in profit, I look it with break. That's all. So scalp on gold. The scalp trade on gold currently is a sell. That's the short-term trade. However, the long-term trade on gold is a buy. So gold, you can actually do things like this on gold because it is a volatile pair. So for example, if H1 is in an uptrend and H1 is going through a pullback, that pullback of the H1 will be a complete downtrend on the smaller time frame like M1 and M5. It's on those time frames that I will go and scalp that short-term move. If I'm waiting for the long-term move, I need to wait on the H1 for the move to switch back to the uptrend. At what levels am I looking out for it to switch back to an uptrend before I begin to pick those trades? That those level will now be the previous demand level or the previous higher lows. What do I mean? Levels like this one or levels like this one. Levels like this or levels like this. For gold, these are the levels I'll be planning to buy from A or from B. See, long-term move. For short-term move, I will just be looking for quick scalps, day trade on the smaller time frame level, M5 or M1. What is another way again I can capitalize on the long-term move, which is the buy? You see this higher high that price has created on gold, I can simply put a buy stop here. So buy stop above higher high in an uptrend signals a continuation of the uptrend. The price is moving in an uptrend like this, you can see higher high, higher low. And once you put a buy stop at this level, once you put a buy stop at this level above the higher high, when price resumes back the uptrend, it gets to the higher high, just pick you along for a buy. So, for example, when this market was in this higher low, see, this is the higher low, and then if we had a buy stop here, we had a buy stop here. Lately, price goes above that higher low. See it? Lately, it resumes back the uptrend and it goes above the higher low, higher high, rather, it will immediately pick you for a buy. So higher buy stop above higher high in an uptrend is a strategy to get into the continuation that uptrend. So the flip side is sell stop in a downtrend below lower low is a way to get the continuation that trade, right? So we've been able to analyze gold from what we can see on the chart. Whatever it is you are doing for gold, you can do the exact same thing for silver. Whatever it is you're doing for gold, you can do the exact same thing for silver, right? So let's move to oil. Let's go to the chart of oil, and then I'll go to the indices. Some people love commodity. Let's go to the chart of oil. What can we see on the chart of oil? Has it changed character? Is there something like break of structure and all of that? Yes, there is. Currently now we should be thinking more of a buy than a sell. So what do I need? I need a pullback on this chart for me to try buy or simply focus on the demand level. See, demand level like this are good levels for me to put a buy limit on for me to target a buy, or simply wait for a pullback, then I can begin to buy. That's first mode of entry of a buy, or you have a pullback at this level, or can put a buy limit at this level, or a pullback at this level, or can also use buy stop level. All of these are ways that I can use to get into a buy for oil, right? Now, for the indices, I start off with US 30. These are the levels we marked for last week. Let me take them out now, and then we do another levels again to see what the market is doing. The market is constantly consolidating in an uptrend. We are in an uptrend, but it's largely consolidating. How do we position for our trades? Let me go to the higher time frame to check. Okay, it's at its all-time high. Yeah, all-time high. Our price would always be creating all-time high because overall, based on competence, the overall index should go up more time since it's tied to majorly private companies, right? So by that analysis alone, we are consolidating in an uptrend. How do I continue to buy in this uptrend? This is clearly an uptrend. I can do it in several ways, but let me start from day trade. Anyone who wants to day trade US 30, simply go ahead and look for buy opportunity. Buy, the stops will just be at this level. It's a no-brainer. And then your TP you can target as high as here. Simple. It's a buy. So I'm on US 30, 15 minutes time frame. Because we trade what we see, not what we think. Trade what we see, not what we think. So we're in an uptrend, it's consolidating, good, but it's in the level where we can scale in on our buy position. We go ahead with the buy. On H1, same thing. Same thing. Because it is not taking out previous levels of lows. So it's simply an uptrend. Even to scalp, if I scale down to 1 minute time frame and I want to scalp, it's the same. That's taking out the lower high of the previous downtrend. You see this move here, this downtrend here. Price has taken it out. So I'll begin to look for a buy. How else can I enter this buy? I can simply use the buy stop here. Here, you see, a buy stop here. I'm presently on US 30 1 minute time frame. I put a buy stop here, and then my stop loss can just be here. Buy stop loss and do 1:2. Right? So simple. Anything that will make me buy in line with the trend, anything that will make me buy in line with the trend, is for me. So M1 buy, M5 buy, H1, they're all pointing towards the buy side, right? The buy side. US 30 buy. Same thing for the US 100. Same thing for the US 100. Why do we say that? Let us mark out and take out previous levels. So is US 100 breaking previous higher lows? No. It's taking out this lower high, come to the pullback, and since then, it has not taken out this lower low. So that is now our level of support. Same thing, I'm looking for buy opportunities below. With a good volume in my account, I'm going for buy positions around here. Then my SL will just simply be below here. SL will be here. Okay. Type SL. SL will be here. And then TP just be at this level. Clearly, very fantastic buy setup on the US funding. That's even on the H1. Let's scale down to a much lower time frame to get more precise entry. So I can scale down to my 5 minute time frame. The advantage of this shorter time frame is that it will give me a shorter place to put my SL. That's just one of the benefits of the shorter time frame. If I'm buying now, SL can just be at this level. Yeah, and I can target as high as this level for my day trade. I scale down again to M1 time frame, and if we get a shorter entry, here will be my target level, then here will be my sell. Why? Because I can see what is called change of character. See, there's something called change of character that has happened here already. So my US 100, my US 30. For today, based on technicals, based on what we can see and not what we think, we would be scaling in the buy opportunities in this instrument, right? So, lastly, for the indices, I'm going to touch on the DE30. But these were our speculations for last week. So let's make new ones again for this week. DE30 consolidating, large consolidation. We have a wide consolidation. This is the top here, and then this is the bottom here. But what trend are we in currently? Is price breaking levels? Yes. So price is creating lower lows and lower highs. Has it done any form of change of character? No. How do I know? Let's mark the trend line resistance. With the trend line resistance, you can easily know if price has done change of character. So just like something around here, you mark this and see that price breaks it. It's a sign that price. So because price hasn't broken the trend line resistance yet, so trade what you see, not what you think. You're currently in a downtrend, on the US 30. If I'm going to sell, simple. I'm selling right away and then my sell here. That's my goal to sell. If I'm going to sell, selling right away and I'm putting my SL at the top of my TP at target as low as here for my TP, or I can simply target half. If I want to be more precise, I can easily use, remember, sell stop in a downtrend below, sell stop in a downtrend below lower low to target the continuation. I have my buy sell stop here. Simply once the price starts to go below and it breaks this level, looking for a sell. Because we can currently see a downtrend that is taking out levels already. This is to be previous to price has tested it. So those are what I'll be looking for. Some of us will be looking for a buy opportunity on the D30. Simply put a trend line each one time frame like this, and then wait patiently for price to go above it. A break above it is now good for us to begin to speculate, and plan for our buy entry. Speculate and plan towards buy entry, right? So this is how we're approaching the 30, right? So I'm going to look at the charts now and then take a little bit request. Okay, British Pound CHF. All right, so with some clients asking for British Pound CHF. Those of us are requesting for US 100. Touch of that, we just finished that. It's quite long. So British Pound CHF. So let's do a top-down analysis on British Pound CHF. Right, so I'd like to start from the higher time frame and go as high as this just to be sure and to be clear. So this is my support level, and this is my resistance level, highest high. Then for this short term, price has gotten to support level and is not creating a new lower low. fact, it bounced off that level, and then I can see it has created higher high. So what would be my bias? Simple. I can do both, but in order for me to buy, I'm going to buy on British pound CHF. This is where I'll be buying from. I have two areas of possible buy trades. I'll be buying from here, meaning my buy stop. I'll be using the buy stop at this level. This is a possible buy stop. Buy stop. I'll be selling from this level. I'll be buying above this level. Why? Because price has broken a resistance trend line. Trend line, resistance. Right? And then the second place where I will be buying from will be the support level. Be this support level. This is where I'll be buying from. Yeah, this is where I'll be buying. Because price has, is bouncing off the support. Because it has taken out this lower high. That's what I would do. Why won't I be selling? Because from a support, if this is the higher high, means this is the higher low. This without being my higher low. All of this is internal structure. And because price is moving already from a support level, I should be thinking of selling. I should be thinking of buying. Because more of the time, an uptrend normally starts from support level. That's where an uptrend starts from support levels. Support level is where an uptrend starts. So what is doing right now can be called an internal structure. In order for me to secure a more buy position, I don't expect it to come back to this major, support area again before it starts to buy one more time. So where I mark as this buy area, I really do expect it to get there. But if it gets there, give me a more precise entry. What I would rather do is to have a buy stop above that internal structure. The internal structure is a downtrend. And then I would just simply put my buy stop above the lower high for me to easily target the continuation of the buy. Why? Because I can see that it is just simply buying from support. When something is buying from support or buying at all, you don't just expect it to buy continuously. It is going to buy, then create higher high, and then create higher low. So whatever it is that we are seeing in that higher low is called internal structure. It doesn't matter what price does around there, it's called internal structure. Continue to buy. The only time we believe that, okay, it's no longer buying is when it now goes below the support level. Get it? But more of the time, trade in line with the trend. Trade in line with the trend and not against it. So that is how I'll be approaching British pounds CHF, right? So let me look at the chart again to see if there's any other market we've not touched on that any of us is requesting for. Okay. Okay, so we don't have any new requests anymore. So just for recap, I think what is it called? Euro AUD not going through that expected pullback. I expect everybody to make money from this chart. Very simple chart to trade at the moment. Very, very simple. So you can see that, what is it called? Lower high that it has taken now. Further gives us the confirmation, and then this is a pullback. So at the moment now, everybody can easily go ahead and put their buy stop above this higher high. Simple. Just put your buy stop there. You will only be activated if price continues to go higher. So that is only when you be activated if price go higher. So Euro AUD, giving strong buy opportunities in the chart. All right. So without further ado, we can call it a day on today's market analysis. I hope to talk to us again and see us some other time. Right? Thank you very much for listening. We'll see you again sometime.